Hello everyone, today is Monday, August 2nd. It's about an hour and a half after the regular session close, and I wanted to make a video today showing a couple of charts that we've followed in the past and haven't shown these in a while, some of them, but still performing well. First is the 10-second line break, which I believe to be a pretty consistent setup. I've been trading this a number of ways, just letting it run, except this time what I did is I put a daily goal and a loss limit of 2,000 each. So if you're trading a funded account, or you're trying to qualify for a funded account such as Leeloo, you would not stop out at a $2,000 drawdown. What I've observed from this chart is you're likely to hit your goal before you get stopped out. There will be some days where you will get stopped out, you'll hit your drawdown, but what I found is at some point it hits its goal, even if you trade it all night and all day. But what you can learn from this is perhaps the better times to trade. As you can see here, that once we got to about 8 o'clock on this day, it was all winning trades from there as the action kind of increased with the pre-market session and then the open. So this hit its 2,000 goal and had some positive slippage, but I actually let this trade from the close of yesterday's session. So there's a lot of trades here, and it did draw down $1,400, but did not reach the 2,000 goal. And so from basically, let's just say starting at the London Open, which would be 3, it was minus 800 at that point, so it probably drew down about 1,200 total, and then from that point on it was pretty much most of the trades were up, and this is trading both directions here. So had you started trading any time between say 3 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. you would have had a really good run. So this went from a negative 1,400 to a high of 2,000, so that's a swing of 3,400 to the upside from its lows. Anyway, the money management on this is could probably be improved. I haven't changed it much. It's trading 2 contracts. It's a limit order at the close of the bar, no pullback. Probably could have a pullback here. At the volatility stop, which is the little hash marks, we are trailing by 40 ticks. No, at 40 ticks, we're trailing by the volatility stop. So once we've reached 40 ticks, we're trailing by the volatility stop. You can see on this trade that it pulled back to the volatility stop and was stopped out, but still had a pretty nice run here. At 50 ticks, only 10 ticks later, then we're trailing by 25% of the profit, which is probably tighter than the volatility stop. And then at 60 ticks profit, which is $300, tighten that up to 15%. Okay, next I have the 10-second line break starting trading from the Globex session open. And this one I had set to long trades only, and I set the goal at 1,000 to be more reasonable. I didn't put a loss limit on here. The worst that could happen if you were trading trying to qualify for a funded account is you'd get stopped out. But again, I believe it often will hit its goal, especially if you're only 500 or 1,000, long before you would get stopped out. So on this one, it didn't take long. There were 3 really nice winners. The money management is the same as the chart that I have going both long and short. And this, again, performed just excellent. You can see by trading long only, what allows it to not go short here or not get stopped out here is the precision trend exit is set to 0, meaning it's not going to exit because you got red bars. It'll trade through these pullbacks. And this is why trading in a single direction often works really, really well. So this one hit its goal and had some slippage at the end, but a goal of $1,000 hit in odd hours of trading and really slow going trading. Okay, this is a 500 Heikin-Ashi tick chart, and this one here have showed in the past, it is using the Precision MA filter of 34, and so it's got to trade. It can only go short if the MA is pointing down. You can see it took a nice short here, and that allowed it to hit its goal of 900. So I've got a loss limit of 450, a goal of 900, with a max of only 2 winners. So it did 860 for the day. Okay, this is another 500 tick Heikin-Ashi chart, but this was not started till later in the day, and right off the bat it took a couple of trades, same MA filter here, so you can see a long and then a short here. Okay, the Nasdaq on a 5 Renko chart with a goal of 500. This is actually an ES template, and I ran this on the NQ just out of curiosity, and it hit its goal of 500 in short order. Okay, this is the 10-second line break, trading short only, and I started this at the close of yesterday's session. You can see it drew down here, ultimately made a high of about 1700, and towards the 1 o'clock hour it drew down, and now it came back to about 1145 in profit, and it's currently short. And here's your stop here above the bar. Okay, one last chart here. This is the 500 tick, not the Heikin-Ashi, but just a regular 500 tick chart that I showed yesterday with the open range filter, and here it took a short off the open and hit its goal of $1,000 with a $500 loss limit. So no drawdown here once it was in the trade. That's all for this video. Don't forget the offer on the OneupTrader, good for the month of August.